Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to give you guys a heads up on a Steam game that is getting pulled forever tomorrow, as you guys might be aware, but give you guys one final notice on that. And the game is deeply discounted, so if you do want to get it, you can get it on the cheap. Speaking of Steam, it looks like Batman Arkham Knight might be getting a major update. One of the worst PC ports of all time may end up being, 8 years later, one of the most visually delightful games on PC. We'll talk that in a little bit, but first of all, Marvel's Avengers the Definitive Edition is officially getting pulled from Steam tomorrow. This is your last opportunity to buy the game. I don't know if Green Man Gaming is going to continue selling copies of the game. I don't believe they are, so you should jump on it. Whether you buy it from Steam, whether you buy it from GMG, it's the same price on both platforms. Steam has got the game 90% off for $3.99, and some of you guys have seen in the comment section suggest that Marvel's Avengers is getting pulled from even being playable tomorrow. That is not the case. The game will still be playable, as noted back on September 16th when the Avengers page made a post noting, "Hey there, Avengers, as we've previously announced, official support for Marvel's Avengers Definitive Edition is ending on September the 30th, and the game will no longer be purchasable on Steam. However, we wanted to reassure you that while the game will no longer be for sale, the game will remain playable for owners largely as it is today. This includes all currently available content will continue to be available as is for solo and multiplayer play after September 30th. If you own the game, it'll remain in your game library for download and reinstallation after September 30th. Limited time events like Red Room Takeover will continue to run after September 30th. These events will run in a 2-week rotation. Reoccurring mission chains, events, and rewards will continue to refresh on the cadences they always have. Customer support will no longer be available. I mean, that's not a big deal. All operations and the War of Wakanda expansion will continue to be available as they are now." So, the game's $3.99. I know some of you guys like to have a completionist Steam library, so if you're looking for that, this would be a good time to buy it. Remember, after it's gonzo, and yeah, there will be third parties that will sell keys, but sometimes those keys can get pretty expensive. Like, you want one of the Transformers key, War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron. I think Fall of Cybertron is still fairly accessible and for cheap, but War for Cybertron, oh baby, get ready to pay an arm and a leg for that. So, yeah, if you want a complete library on Steam, $3.99 seems like a decent buy. I know that the game got a mixed reception, but at this point, if you're going into the game, you're not going into it with the expectation that it's gonna be, at the level of, let's say, a Marvel Spider-Man from Insomniac. No, you're expecting something that's fairly mediocre, and that's what you're getting with Marvel's Avengers. I don't think this is a case of the game getting pulled because, a license is expiring or an IP, because Crystal Dynamics, I actually believe, took over the publishing of this game, and at this point, I think they're working on something entirely different, probably Tomb Raider related, but, yeah, I think this is more of a case of they're done updating the game, so they're also going to stop selling the game, which is interesting to me. But nonetheless, they announced this 6 months ago, and now the date has just finally come up that the game is officially getting pulled. So if you have any interest in playing it, go check it out. You can have some fun with it, maybe play some co-op, and yeah, it's $3.99, so it's not like it's a super expensive purchase at this stage of the game, so I wanted to give that a mention. It is unfortunate. This game came out back in, I think 2019, and it was hotly anticipated, and I think a lot of people were expecting this game to be even bigger than what Spider-Man was from Insomniac, and yeah, unfortunately, that really didn't pan out. Spider-Man is a playable character in Avengers, unfortunately, only in the PlayStation version, so I imagine, those PlayStation copies might actually be worth a little something in the future. Now, there's so many copies of this game for consoles in the wild, physical copies, that I don't really know how much those prices will appreciate, but as far as Steam keys go, or Steam downloads, that's going to be more of a limited thing, so keep that in mind. Moving on from that, speaking of Steam, Batman Arkham Knight may be getting an update here, as Batman Arkham Knight has received a Steam update 4 days ago that incorporated a new private branch called Patch Test, indicating that it may receive new features, including a long-anticipated RTX remaster. Many older games have received RTX remasters with NVIDIA tools like Portal and Half-Life 2, and Batman Arkham Knight makes sense to have an update like this. Batman Arkham Knight obviously also getting ported to the Nintendo Switch later this year, man. We'll see how that version runs. I mean, they got Witcher 3 running on the Switch, so Batman Arkham Knight is probably not that crazy of a title to get running on the Switch, but sometimes I feel like it's wild, like, what they do and try to get on these, on Switch. Arkham Knight's a solid game. Obviously, if you guys remember, it's one of the worst PC ports of all time, and I don't think that is a stretch. Now, it was one of the worst PC ports of all time. Last I checked, last I played this game on PC, it was a really, really solid experience, all things considered, and if you play Batman Arkham Knight now, you're probably going to get a really great experience. I believe it's Steam Deck verified, and it's a pretty great game. It's actually my least favorite of the 3 Arkham titles, at least 3 mainline Arkham games, and all people are going to be like, Arkham Origins, dude, how could you forget about me? But yes, I mean, the Arkham games done by Rocksteady. I did like Arkham Asylum and Arkham City better, but that's really, like, not saying much just because all 3 games are at such an exceptionally high level that this getting a visual facelift would be great. Also, keep in mind that Batman Arkham Knight is a game that you can get dirt cheap these days. Like, if you never play Batman Arkham, you can literally get the collection that includes Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Knight for, like, $7 or something like that. So whenever that deal is available, whether you played some of the games on console and you want to play them again on PC, whether you never played the game, whether you just want them in your Steam library, that deal is so ridiculous for such high-level games that I would say go ahead and pick it up. And if Arkham Knight is also getting a visual facelift, well, that would be fantastic to see as well. I remember the rage I had back when Arkham Knight initially came out in 2015, and it was not a good time. It was not a good time, and it really, like, that was one of the PC ports that really made me question, like, everything and whether or not things are getting better. And imagine that was 2015, that I was raging and having meltdowns about Batman Arkham Knight. We are since 8 years removed from that, and we are still getting Jedi Survivor, Last of Us Part 1, Forspoken, Wild Hearts, etc., etc. I can go on and on about Callisto Protocol, which was just horrendous with the stuttering, Hogwarts Legacy, which was horrendous with the stuttering. I know for some people, the experiences vary, but man, 8 years later, and we are still getting some absolute trash tier PC ports. It's wild how, like, nothing has seemingly changed, and if anything, things have gotten worse. Like, is that too big of a stretch? Things have gotten worse since 2015. Maybe things have gotten slightly better, but no, I don't even think things have gotten slightly better. I think things have gotten worse. Since there's so many more publishers putting out their games on PC that, some of them just obviously don't turn out all too great. But that'll do it for me. Again, Marvel's Avengers, the Definitive Edition. Today is the last opportunity that you have to buy this game, so jump on it as soon as possible if you're remotely interested. $3.99, I actually think is a pretty decent buy for that, so, my 2 cents, go buy it, add it to your library, and, you can chill out with that. Batman Arkham Knight, maybe getting an RTX remaster, which would be pretty cool to see in terms of that game, being something a lot of people will revisit, and now at a really solid state as well. That'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate it if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.